Welcome, everybody, to our test play of the English version of Floria, the Verdant Way. This is going to be, once this video is available, the game will be on Kickstarter, but at this point, that's still in the future, hopefully in the very, very near future. So this video will be used to guide folks who want to see what the game actually plays like before they buy it. And so this will be up on the Kickstarter and also up on our YouTube channel. Joining me, my name's Ben. I'm the head translator of Silvervine Publishing, and I am joined tonight by, and if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting just in the order that your images are lined up on the screen. So, Matt.
Sure. So, hi, this is Matt. I am one of the translators from Korodama Heavy Industries. We put out Ryutama Shinobigami Tennobancho Zero. But I'm looking forward to this. I think that Ben has an eye for indie games coming out of Japan, so I'm very excited for this game.
Yeah, so I'm Tricky. I don't have any industry ties, unfortunately, but I am a traditional games tabletop RPG aficionado. I'm really excited to get the chance to playtest this.
And I'm Mouse. The closest thing to an industry tie I have is that Tricky tied me up and dragged me here. No, I'm kidding though. I'm very excited to try this game, and I'm also from SA, and that's about it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we are super excited to have everybody here tonight. So before we launch into the story, we're going to go ahead and have everybody introduce their characters. And I've got the characters here on the... actually, they're in the handout. So as you introduce them, I'll kind of like pop them out and show them to everybody. Just kind of a little bit of background. So our three characters are all Floria, who are working in the village of Woolgrove, which I apologize that I did not tell you the name of the village in advance, so you could have planned on that. But they are three Floria who work together in this village. And just as to give a very brief summary of kind of the world and what a Floria is, so this is a world where there is heavy forest covering the entire planet. And plants in this world, of the plants in the forest, they have roots that are very deep. They stretch down to this underground water source called the Fount of Magic. And since they are able to draw up the water from the Fount of Magic, all the plants in the forest gain magical abilities. And so collectively, any plant that has gained magical abilities by drinking from the Fount of Magic is a herb with a capital H. And so what a Floria is in this world is, so humans live in small settlements kind of in the shadows of these giant woods that cover the earth. And so to kind of keep them safe and to keep the balance between the dangerous magic of the woods and these humans trying to kind of eke out their existence, you have the Floria. So they're kind of like rangers, they're, magic users, they're protectors, and Floria are humans or animals or plants that have a symbiotic relationship with a magical herb that in exchange for taking the herb into their body and giving it movement and providing it with nutrients, they can draw on the magical powers of the herb. And so they're these kind of green nature wizards who make sure that humanity can continue to live in the forests. And so they're very much jack of all trades. Sometimes they're bodyguards that see people through the forest from village to village. Sometimes they're just gatherers. Sometimes they're crafters. But human society in this world basically completely depends on Floria to get anything done. And so in the small village of Woolgrove, which is a village known for raising sheep, we have 3 Floria that have been working together for a little while. And so if you could go ahead and introduce your characters.
Sure, I guess I'll go first.
Yep.
So my character, this is Matt. My character is named Poporin. I am a Therian Traveler Leaf, which means that, yes, so basically I am an animal turned, right, like given sentience and power through the herb that I have ingested. And the story I have in my mind for this character is that I was rescued from the forest where I was wounded by a kind family in Woolgrove, and they raised me. And and while I was wounded, this wolf's bane herb sort of got into the wounds and made me into like this super buff, rippling muscled buck with like branches for antlers and like leaves and stuff coming out of like where my the scars would be, and over one eye I have a leaf that looks like an eye patch. But I'm very kind to the family that raised me, and in return for their kindness, I have sworn to protect all the children. And anytime anybody needs to go into the forest, I am very glad to help them find their way.
Awesome. All right, Tricky.
All right, so I'm playing the Dryad Caria. Caria is less hosting a herb and more a herb herself. So she is a 1,000-year rose, not actually 1,000 years old. Claims to have the wisdom of ages, so I think she really tries to like play up, oh yeah, I'm so smart, I have all of this knowledge of nature and the woods, and just really kind of blustering a little bit to cover up the fact that she's figuring it out like as she goes on, like most people. Very headstrong, kind of a risk taker, also pretty stubborn. And she's definitely has a tendency to goof off if tempted with a nice sunny patch and maybe some sweet food to enjoy. But in terms of mechanics, she is a gardener, and a branch Floria. So branch Floria are kind of dedicated to offense. So very much kind of your glass cannon. She has lower HP, but can output a lot of damage really quick.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. All right, Mouse.
I'm playing Marigold. She's a human crafter, Corolla Floria. The crafters are about like their skills let you do more with items, let you combine them or transmute some items into different items, or use some items without having to be right in the same place. Corolla Floria are sort of support Floria. Their magic is focused on like positioning and shifting damage, shifting other players, shifting like areas of effect of attacks, and also a bit of healing. Marigold is her hosted herb is the spiced lilac, which she found one day out in the forest, and just kind of took a snack on, and it tasted so good that she resolved to like basically she wants to find like the perfect recipe with herbs, and I have in my notes, she is very excited about cooking and alchemy and discovering new recipes and also new friends, and very Ateli heroine core, and very easily distracted and prone to spacing.
Wonderful. I love the Atelier core because one of the things about this game is that it reminds me very heavily of the Atelier series. Atelier? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's a very, that kind of like slow, gentle, natural fantasy kind of thing with the very natural worlds and stuff. So I would love to do like a reskin of this game, do like an Atelier like fan expansion or something to this game. That'd be awesome. But great. No, these are so it's the three branches of, or the three types of magic, the branch, the leaf, and the corolla. They are they kind of respond to the as they say, the holy trinity of tank, DPS, and heals. So very kind of straightforward to get into if you kind of understand the those kind of roles. But I'd like to point everybody's attention to these little things up in the top of the screen. These are the Leyvine canvases for the three characters, and so one of the most unique things about this game is that your magic is instead of having, you know, magic points or, you know, spells per day or whatever, you have a representation of the roots and the vines that your herb is growing inside of your body. And as it forms different patterns, it unlocks magical abilities within you. And so the way that this translates into game mechanics is that as you gather herbs during the game, during your adventures, you can add lines to your canvas. And as you make triangles or squares or 5-point stars, those end up basically being your magic points. So when you go into battle, you color in shapes on your board, and that gives you the ability to use your spells. And so it's a very artistic, very colorful kind of thing, and it makes battles very cinematic, very expressive. And so it's an extremely unique concept that I hope everybody has a lot of fun with. And so we'll definitely get a chance to show that off, all those mechanics off during this game. But thank you, everybody, for doing your introductions. I will go ahead and get us into the story now. So, actually, I'm sorry, before I do that, how do you guys interact together? Like, what's your working relationship? Like, do you guys have a Floria stand in Woolgrove, or do you guys kind of just live in your own places and come together when you need to do something, or do you all kind of work separately? What do you guys think?
This is a good question.
Yeah. Maybe like all of our herbs are sort of linked into like the village I don't know, like herb net. So like anytime somebody needs something, like we kind of are like, you know, like the little pheromones or whatever plants send to each other through their root systems, you know, like the signals get to each other. So they're like, oh, well, somebody needs our help. Then we'll all just kind of meet up whenever somebody needs our help.
That sounds pretty. I like that. You got kind of your almost like your risk communicators. Like,
right.
Someone's in trouble.
Perfect.
Let's teleport into action now.
I have another idea, but I don't know if it'd actually work. Maybe like Marigold is trying to get a cafe and kind of ropes the other two into like helping her, and it usually ends up with three of them getting embroiled in quests or whatever.
Oh, I like that.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe it's not like a Floria shop, but like you got your cafe, and so people can come in and kind of ask about, or so like if there's like actual danger, you guys have your kind of Avengers Assemble senses. But for more laid back stuff, like if people just need some help or need you to gather stuff, they can go into the cafe and kind of drop off a request, and then you guys kind of come together and share that work.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. So it's a sunny day in Woolgrove at what's the name of the cafe? Maybe something sheep related.
I'm trying to think of a good pun, but all that's coming to mind is Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. I like it. Let's do it.
That's a good cafe name.
Worcestershire sauce. All right. So it's a bit of a slow day at the Worcestershire sauce. You guys are kind of just hanging around, seeing if anything happens, and into the cafe comes kind of hesitantly a young man from the village. He's a teenager. He's got kind of wispy blonde hair. You recognize him as Timothy, or Tim, depending on how formal your characters are. And you know that his family has one of the fairly nice ranges of sheep. They're shepherds. They keep some sheep over kind of toward the forest side of the town, where they can have a lot of open space. You've done some, you've gone and found some sheep that have wandered off sometimes for their family. You've gotten healing herbs for their sheep. So you guys, there's been a lot of interaction. I mean, just like anybody else in town, or in the small village, you've seen him all the time. So he kind of walks in, and he's kind of, looking down and kind of shuffling his feet, and it looks like he's having trouble saying something.
Well, I think like Carrie literally
and
says,
then the three of you stare at him in silence for several minutes.
No, absolutely. Carrie is just like giving him like the kind of not quite like a stink eye, but it's definitely like a okay. Yeah, just spit it out, man.
It's polite to let the humans speak first.
Oh, okay. So he kind of rubs the back of his neck, and finally he kind of comes over and he kind of slumps into one of the cafe stools where he can speak to you, and he's like, I really need some help.
Help, you say? I will be glad to help you. I say, I will be glad to help you, Shika.
Help with your order, or help?
Oh, definitely help. And he kind of struggles to find the words again, and finally...
But you are going to order something, right, Shika?
No, why are you saying Shika? Because of deer. Okay.
Harriet says, of course he's going to order something.
Okay.
Right, Tim?
Well, hold on.
It's very rude to sit down in a cafe without ordering. Shika.
Yeah, okay. I'll take some tea. I really, yeah, something to calm me down would be great.
Good, Shika.
So he, so what kind of tea is good for calming people down? I'm curious.
I think arrowroot tea?
I'll take some of that. Yeah, okay. And so he kind of, he does the thing where he's holding the teacup and it's kind of rattling against the plate a little bit as he tries to get his nerves calmed down. And he kind of takes in a deep breath and he lets it out, and finally it looks like he's ready to talk. One of our sheep, Annie, the really really big fluffy one, the one we're gonna take to the fair in Glow Wisteria. I'm sure that she's gonna win the fluffiest sheep ribbon this year.
Ah, yes.
Anyway,
the pride of the town, Shika.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, she also tried to nibble on me just the other day. It was really rude.
I'm really sorry about that. She's so big and fluffy. Sometimes she just she just thinks she owns the place. Anyway, I guess we didn't build our fences big enough for sheep as fluffy as she was, and she managed to slip out the other night. And I know I'm supposed to come to you guys when we need to go into the forest, but I was so worried that something would happen to her wonderful fluffy wool that I just went chasing after her. I know I'm not supposed to go in the forest alone, but I just had to get her. And he kind of keeps talking because he doesn't want you to like reprimand him for having gone into the forest because it's extremely dangerous. While I was out there, I found her, and I was able to make it back. So, but while I was out there, I just looked into the forest and I felt something, like something was calling to me, like right into my mind, and I was so scared. I had to get back with Annie. So I turned around and I came back, but ever since then, my parents say I've been acting real strange. Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just sit there staring at the forest all night. And I've heard the stories. This is what happens when somebody becomes a Floria, right? You hear the call of the woods, right? Do you think that's what's happening to me?
It's entirely possible, Shika.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Did you ingest any herbs while you were out there?
Oh, no. I know there's super dangerous herbs, so I didn't touch nothing.
Well, I mean, I have heard stories that sometimes you don't have to ingest something. It could be like spores or maybe like pollen. I mean, it's possible. It's probably, we need to figure that out.
All I know is ever since then, it's like I can still hear that call, like something's out there waiting for me.
Okay, just to follow up on this, does it feel like a good thing calling you or a bad thing calling you?
It feels like something that I can't say no to. I wanna, I don't know. It feels like I'm broken in half, and half of me is waiting out there in the woods, and until I'm able to get that other half, I feel like there's a piece of me missing.
Well, it seems to me that we might need to take you out there to help you find yourself, Shika.
Oh, but my parents only have me for taking care of the sheep. I don't know if they're gonna be okay with me becoming a Floria. Like who's gonna take care of the sheep if I'm not able to be there? I was gonna try and talk to them about it, but I'm just so afraid of what they'll say. Would you guys come and help me talk to my parents about this?
Of course we would, for a loyal customer in so much distress.
Oh, thank you. I knew I would feel so much better if you came with me.
Well, how about if you invited them here so that they can try some of this delicious tea, Shika?
That sounds great.
We also have very nice cakes.
Wonderful.
And sandwiches.
So
And sandwiches.
okay, you guys wait here. I'll go get them. They should be done putting the sheep in the pen by now. And so he goes trotting off, and after a little bit he comes back, and he's kind of dragging his parents, and they look very mystified, like, "Come on, Tim, just tell us what's going on." And so the little family comes in, and they're salt of the earth kind of people, like not young but not old. They've been working hard their whole lives, gnarled, and they smell like sheep. They also look like they get plenty of sleep every night because they count them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that of course makes sense.
No dark circles under their eyes. Anyway, and so once everybody's in there, Tim tries stalling a little bit. He's like, "Well, first you sit down and let's get some tea. How about some of that what was it, arrowroot? Some of that calm tea?
Arrowroot.
Arrow.
Maybe some of those sandwiches and cakes, yeah." And they're like, "Quit fooling," and they sit down and they're eating it, but they're like, "Quit fooling around, Tim, and tell us why you what's going on." And so Tim, again, haltingly and evasively, kind of explains what happened, and he kind of, like he kind of winces his eyes, like he's getting ready for to get yelled at or something. But his mom, she takes her apron and she kind of puts it up to her mouth, and she just has that this adorable farm lady expression of just like, "Oh my Lord, oh my stars, oh my thorns, my son of Floria, oh heavens to Betsy." And the dad's one of those that he's one of those farm types that he doesn't seem to say much, and so he just kind of fixes his son with a steady gaze and just gives him the nod. Proud of you, son. Making the family proud. That, just in a nod and a look. And his mother's like, "Oh, we've got to throw a party. We got to get everybody together. We'll have a real shindig when you become a Floria. Oh, I can't believe it. Our own Floria."
I say, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhearing. I heard all about the wonderful news about your son becoming a Floria, but if I may suggest a venue for your party, I believe that this cafe would be a perfect place for you to bring all of your friends and family, Shka.
And she's like, oh, thank you, Poperin.
Yes.
You're always such a dear.
We even do themed cakes.
Oh, and I hope it's not too much to ask, but during the festivals when y'all bring in those beautiful flowers where at night those little sparkles come out of them, I know you come in. I know they're somewhere deep in the forest, and I know it's hard for you to go out there and get them, but could you please, for Timmy's little party, could you get some of those sparkle flowers for him when you take him out into the woods?
I think we can certainly manage something like that. Yeah.
Oh, bless you. I can't believe this. Oh, I gotta go do some party planning. I don't know what kind of accent I'm flicking through here. I don't know. Country something. I don't know. Anyway, so she's all in a tizzy, and she goes out, and his dad kind of more more steady. Just you take care of the boy. You hear?
I give him a thumbs up.
Of course. We've been doing this forever. Quite literally, in my case. I have always been a Floria.
All right. So Tim is just overjoyed at his parents' reaction. He definitely thought that was going to be a nasty conversation, but instead it was... he's like, oh, they said it's okay. I get to be a Floria. Oh, man. And so he's bouncing off the walls. So do you guys need to get anything ready for your trip?
I don't believe so.
There's like a montage of me like putting like a Bowie knife in like a holster and like all this stuff and like tying a vine around my forehead, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is interspersed with cuts to Carria, who is just kind of like sprawled out in the garden outside, just soaking up the sunlight.
And occasionally, Marigold, very seriously and very resolutely, making little bags of cookies and supplies and dramatically tying them off with ribbons.
Making the picnic baskets. All right.
Wonderful.
Well, that's it as far as the prologue. So we are gonna launch right into the Magic Forest. So the main meat of this game is explorations of the Magic Forest. You are given in the booklet. You are given a blank Magic Forest map with 16 locations. Obviously, this can be expanded on. You can kind of do this is just kind of a simple rubric to make it easier for folks to make these maps. And what will happen is the characters will start in Area 1, and then they will be able to move each turn into different locations. They can also scout locations to figure out what kind of environment is there, what kind of objects might be there. Objects are random items, basically. If you find an object in a location, you will roll on the general items table to find one. Environments determine not only like how difficult it is to move through that location, but also what kind of herbs grow there. And that's important because every time you stop in a location, you get to roll an herb and add it to your ley vine canvas. And the other thing is that quests. So as you go through the story, quests will be added to the quest table. The quest will have a name, which I will go ahead and put in the first quest here. Firefly traps. So and it will also have the what area the goal for that quest is, so where you have to go to complete the quest. So this is in Area 9. And also what kind of check is required. So everybody has 4 different stats. Will, Wisdom, Dex, and Strength, and they are Dex meaning dexterity, and they are used for different things. And so each of the quests is going to have different stats that need to be rolled to complete it. And the rolls in this game are based on you combine 2 stats, and you have to roll under whatever the combination of those stats is. So if you have 5 Dex, 5 Strength, your target for that roll, and you did a Dex Strength roll, your target for that would be 10, and you would roll a 2d6. So all rolls are 2d6, and you're aiming to roll under the combination of whatever the 2 target stats are. So, and usually I would be explaining what all of this is as I write it, but this time I'm giving kind of an explanation of how the system works, and I will explain the quest once I am done. All right, so the very first quest, so you start in the northwest of the map in Area 1, and you know for a fact that basically due south of you in location 9 is a dark patch of forest where these little plants called firefly traps grow. And it's a little difficult to get there, so you tend to only go and get these for parties and celebrations and stuff, because they're a little bit of a pain to get. But at night, they open up and they release glowing pollen that attracts fireflies. And they use fireflies to pollinate, and so the glowing pollen that they release is very pretty, and so it's kind of like your version of fireworks that you bring for this village to kind of celebrate their special days. And one of the things about the forest is that it constantly changes. And so even if you kind of know a general area where something is, the paths and the different ways to get there may change. So even though you kind of know the general location of it, you can't go directly there because all of the pathways in the forest have shifted around since last time you were in here. All right. And I'm just going to assume... we should make sure to describe which... if you split up, make sure to say who Tim will be accompanying, just so we know what space he's at. And so the first area is... The first area is a peaceful woods. And there are no objects. And there is one pathway to... One pathway leading to the east. All right. We'll go ahead and... So every round... So that's each of you taking a turn. The lead, the first turn player will change. So we're going to start just going in the order of your images. So Matt, then Tricky, then Mouse, and then next turn it'll be Tricky, Mouse, Matt, and then the next turn or the next round will be Mouse, Matt, Tricky, and we'll just kind of keep rotating through that. So we're going to go ahead and have Matt start us off for the first round.
Sure. So do I move first?
You can either so every turn. That's a good question. So every turn you can move and take an action, and so
Okay.
you can do those in either order. So you can take an action in your first location and then move, or you can move and then take an action.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, since there's nothing here in the peaceful woods, I'm going to move to 2, as that is connected. And as I move here, am I able to see what's here?
Yes. So any location you move through, you'll see the environment there, and also connections that it has, and then you can also so you can move a number of spaces equal to your vitality, I believe.
Oh, gotcha.
And so you should be able to explore quite a bit on each turn, but then you can only do actions and collect herbs in the location that you stop in.
Gotcha. Okay.
So let me put in the area that you're currently in. So you walk out of the peaceful woods, and immediately to the east there is a great big field of flowers. So yeah, the area around the town is fairly mild, or around the village is fairly mild, and sometimes folks even bring their sheep out here sometimes to graze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's nice, but not nice enough. So I'm going to move south to 6.
Okay. How many? What's your vitality, by the way?
3.
Okay, so you can move 3 spaces. All right, and then so to there, you come into a clearing. Clearings are special locations where multiple characters can meet up to have a socialize. Socializing allows you to build familiarity, and familiarity with a character will allow you to aid them in checks. So you can only assist checks with characters whom you have socialized with, or whom you have familiarity with.
I see.
So this is a clearing, and there is an object in this clearing.
Okay. Well, then I guess I will stop here in case somebody else wants to
come over here and build some familiarity. And while I'm here, I will try and grab this object.
Okay. So taking objects is very simple. All you got to do is roll on the general items table. Doop. So there are 12 items, or no, 11 items. And I don't usually toot my own horn, but I actually love some of the puns that I came up with for these. So once you take an item, using it is an action in and of itself. Also, or you can hold it until combat, and then it will be using an item will take up an action in combat. Let's see, you rolled a... Uh-oh, why can't I see the roll? Did you roll?
I did not roll. Should I roll?
Oh, okay. No. I thought I heard a dice roll. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So
Ooh,
all you got to do is roll, and then you can pick up that object, and it will be added to your. So you got an 8. You got a psychedelic mushroom.
Sweet.
So basically, it's a very pretty mushroom herb that. Am I showing this to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I was like, so. As the name suggests, it's a very trippy mushroom. It kind of glows with all kinds of rainbow light and stuff. And taking it or using it kind of gives you clarity, lets you see things the way you've never seen them before, and so that will add to the target of your next check. And so in this game, you're aiming for roll under. So if your target goes up, that means the roll becomes easier.
Right. Very cool. Awesome.
All right, so I'm going to delete that object, and that is your... Oh, wait, and so since you've stopped in a location, you can now roll on the herbs thing. And so first of all, I need you to roll 1d6 to decide... So certain environments have specific herb types that are assigned to them, and other ones are random. And so a clearing is a random, and so first of all you would roll to see what kind of herbs are there. And so you rolled a 3, which means that you got waterside herbs. So this clearing has a small pond, and you were able to get some waterside herbs from the pond, and then go ahead and roll another d6 to find out which of these herbs you receive. A 4.
Consomme.
So that's a consomme broth leaf. So this is so broth leaves are leaves that you can put into broths and boil, and they make great stews and soups, and consomme is kind of a nicer version of those. There's also a spicy broth leaf in this same herbal family. But you can see here that it tells you exactly what kind of line you can draw. So it's a diagonal line intersecting 2 squares. So if you could go ahead and grab a drawing tool and draw that line on your ley vine canvas.
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay.
I'll zoom. Yeah, let's zoom in so I can.
Point online. Let's do purple. Nope, I did purple. Let's do this. Okay, so draw from there to there. There we go.
Okay, great, awesome. All right, that is your turn. So next up, we'll have Tricky.
Okay, perfect. So just to clarify, are there any exits from Area 6?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I needed to draw that. Yes, so 6 connects to 5. Darn it. Six connects to 5, and also to 10.
All right. Well, I think I will start by moving to environment 3.
Okie dokie. So environment 3. So after the field of flowers, you come to kind of the edge of a small little lakelet that seems to continue on to the south. So let me get the text. Ooh, tiny. There we go. Okay. And there is an object there.
Perfect. So what do the exits look like, if any?
Okay. There is one exit to your south along the edge of the small lake.
Okay. All right, cool. I will also search for an object.
Okay. Go ahead and let me pull up that general items, general players. All right. Go ahead and do 2d6.
Okay, so that is a 4.
4 is a honeydew over. Used immediately after you or another PC in your location or line rolls a check. You or the selected PC may re-roll that check. And so this is a mysterious fruit said to protect against failure, often used as a good luck charm.
Excellent.
And you can go ahead and roll 1d6. So this area, since it is a waterside environment, it automatically pulls from the waterside herb table. So go ahead and roll 1d6 on the waterside herb table.
All right, will do. Okay, it looks like the swan lotus.
Yes, it seems to float so gracefully above water, but below it is kicking its roots frantically.
Yes.
Yes, I love the writing and this part's not tooting my own horn because I just translated this, but Nekotsuki, the lady who created this game, is extremely talented writer, and this world she's created and all of the herbs and descriptions and stuff are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, so let me see where I want to add this to my... Okay, and if I'm remembering correctly, you can like do any of the like rotating it around.
Yes,
or
correct.
Okay.
In any direction, as it the only thing that matters is the length.
Okay.
Well, length and angle, basically.
Yeah. Okay, I think I know how to put that on. So 1 second while I add my lines. Oh no, actually, I'm very weak to rotated shapes. Okay, yeah. Give me a second to figure that out, but yeah, that'll be my thing I do while I wait for my next turn.
Okay. All right, Mouse.
Okay.
Oh, I just need to delete this object. Okay, great.
I think I'll move to 6-2 and socialize with Potpourri to build up familiarity.
Oh, good. I was hoping that this would happen. I'm going
There
to...
is
I'm
a
gonna...
table for... Sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead.
There is a random conversation table as kind of a
I love it.
starter for socialized stuff.
Yep.
So
I was hoping that somebody would get a chance to use it, so I have made it one of the handouts. Let's see what you discuss. The story of how Floria first encountered the herb they now play host to is often quite dramatic. Why not ask them how they got their herb?
I rolled a 4. but
Oh,
I can
I'm
do that.
sorry.
I can do
Four,
that, though.
your eyes are drawn to your companion's clothing or something they have with them. Where did they get that, or how did they make it? You may be a Floria, but you're not an expert in everything. You should ask them about it for future reference.
What does Pooperin have? I guess clothing-wise or stuff-wise, decoration-wise.
So my antlers are just like really big tree branches.
Oh gosh.
And I have a humongous scar across my chest, but it just has stuff growing out of it. And instead of clothing, I just have a really shaggy, woolly sort of I don't know, the lower half of my body.
He's naked.
So nudity, how's that working out for now?
I mean, you can't see anything because I'm, it's all.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I think Marigold, I think she's actually really oh my gosh, that's really pretty. The bark antlers. And maybe as a sideline, she's really into cruelty-free wood crafting, I guess. Taking dead branches and such, and I don't know. I'm still figuring this out, but the point is that she very excitedly scurries over and asks, "What kind of tree is that?" and points to your antlers.
Good question. You have a good eye. These are from the wolf's bane that inhabits my body, and in fact, every year, at a specified time of a certain season, I shed them. And if you're interested, I shall gladly give them to you.
And she just lights up this. She is very excited. She is probably going to take you up on that.
Ah, wonderful.
But for the moment, she just kind of nods and murmurs a thank you. Should we cut it here or keep going?
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
So,
but in order to seal the deal, we have to do the bicep handshake thing.
What? I am not aware of a bicep handshake thing.
The between what was it? Carl, God, what's his name? The guy from the two dudes from Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the other dude.
Okay, but when you said that, my mental image was just someone shaking a puppy's paw, but with a deer.
Fair.
Sounds good.
So maybe that happens.
Okay, so on your character sheets, there is a section for familiarity, so please note that you now have one familiarity with each other. And what this can do is that if you want to assist the person, you basically, once per game, per familiarity, you can cross that off and raise the difficulty of a check by 1 for each familiarity you have. So more familiarity means that you can use it more often and it's more effective. But right now you're 1 in 1, so you can use it once per game basically, and you can raise the other person's difficulty for 1 check by 1. Awesome. If you're in the same location, I should you got to be in the same location. Okay, that is our first cycle. Usually you would assign a time limit, a certain number of cycles. I just want to have a very laid back game tonight so we can kind of explore everything and just have fun. So
sure.
So don't worry too much about time. So next cycle we'll begin with Tricky.
Okay, perfect. Actually, I think I will join in the socialization train to take advantage of that clearing as well.
Oh,
So
I'm
I'm
sorry.
going-
I'm sorry. Mouse, you didn't. You need to roll for herb. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Completely forgot about
Right.
that. So go ahead and first roll 1d6 to decide what the environment will be. A 4, which is tropical herbs. So you near the little pond that's in this clearing, you also are able to find some tropical herbs growing. So if you could give us a 1d6. Another 4. You got a bandana. If two people share this banana-like herb, it is said they will discover what they have in common. And you can see
Oh,
there the
cute.
kind of upside-down T ley vine. Of course, you can also do it right-side-up T, because you can flip it around. Okay, and while you put that in, we'll go ahead and have Tricky move in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll move into the. Oops. Actually, I'm going to hold down Alt so I can kind of. There we go. Not snap to grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think honestly, immediately after Marigold finds this bandana, Carria, like magic, sensing food, just pops up, possibly literally from the ground, just kind of emerging and looking expectantly, and says, "So, Marigold, what you got there?"
Oh, just food.
Wow, what a coincidence! Food is my favorite.
Big mood. Also, I'm sorry, the line drawings tool was screwing up for me, so
That's okay.
I
Looks
just
good.
drew it freehand.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
And, oh, sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh no, go ahead.
I think for a long moment, Marigold stares at the bandana in her hand, considering it as though wondering whether to save it or simply stuff it in her bag and pretend, oh, what bandana? I wasn't holding anything. But eventually, she offers Carria a bite of it.
Carria is extremely excited, and I don't think that she actually likes bandanas, but she likes getting free things, including free food, and yeah, just coercing Marigold into sharing has decidedly made her happy.
All right. Well, you can't share a bandana and not reveal what you two have in common.
Does Marigold, by chance, happen to like sweet things?
I mean, certainly not. She certainly doesn't have a one-to-one scale replica of a sheep made out of cake that in the back of her cafe that she was going to serve for like a party or something, but because there are surprisingly a lot of sheep themed and sheep shaped and otherwise cakes commissioned by residents of the village, because sheep are big business and sheep byproducts and sheep themed businesses. But anyway, the point is that she definitely doesn't have a cake like that. She definitely isn't thinking about eating on her own, but she does kind of sometimes like sweets. So
it's funny because Carria also has access to a large sheep-shaped cake that she may have subtly snacked on just a little bit. Just a dainty little finger through the frosting, just to texture the wool, of course.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say Marigold's gonna cut into the cake and find out that it's just the outer layer of like the wool and like the actual inside is gone.
Yeah, it's pretty much a giant fantasy anime Kinder Surprise now.
Oh boy. All right. So Tricky, if you would go ahead and Tricky and Marigold, go ahead and add 1 familiarity to each other in your sheets.
Yeah. And actually, I think since it's a clearing, I also get to add a familiarity with Poperin as well.
Absolutely. I'm sure Poperin was very, very entertained by your antics.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is great knowledge of how to human and or dryad. And, just really the observation opportunity was thrilling.
Absolutely. Also, if you would go ahead and roll the 1d6 for the location, or the environment, or the herb, pool, whatever. I don't know what these are called.
Yeah, sure thing. Sorry, I'm just getting my notes with the familiarity all set up. Okay, 1d6. So that is a 5.
5 gets us chili herbs. So somehow in the same location as tropical herbs and water herbs, you find some must be out of place. They look like they might have been some seeds got scattered a little far, because these are very hardy for a mild location like this.
Yeah, I bet Karia probably grabbed a little something when she was, burrowing up from underground to surprise and or ambush Marigold.
There you go. So another 1d6 gets you
a
stout pine, a pine tree herb that is known for being too darn tough. Makes for great building materials.
Yes, I have acquired a whole pine tree. So imagine, if you will, while this entire conversation was happening, that Karia was holding, awkwardly, a very large pine tree over one shoulder, which is really ironic because she is very tiny.
Well, and I will remind everybody that taking in the herbs to add them to your canvas does not always necessarily mean ingesting them. It could be that you rubbed your face against a large pine, or possibly that you just inhaled lots of pine scent. Or you carried around a very, very large pine and then were just kind of chowing down on it.
Yep, probably that.
Awesome.
Maybe Carrie just got overzealous when she was looking for Bob and Yarrows.
Yeah. And Tim is watching. He's like, "Man, you just Grinched that Christmas tree."
That is exactly what I did, Tim.
Tim's following you, by the way. We didn't really establish who he was following, but since you all ended up in the same place, it's all good. All right, that's it for Tricky. On to Mouse.
I will zoom out my Roll20 sheet because it's kind of unusable, and I'll move down to 10, and are there any exits, or where are the exits, rather, from 10?
Okay, I will go ahead and draw those in. 10 connects to 11, and also to the south. There is, in 10, you can see it's a very kind of sunny location, and you're because there's not very many trees standing up around here, because over to the west of you there's kind of almost this cavernous location that's very dark, and so you know that the firefly traps you're looking for kind of grow in this dark cavernous location, and so you're kind of cut off from getting over there from 10, because there's these rocky walls and stuff. But the area that you're in is a very nice, relaxing location with sunbeams.
And this doesn't count as a search check, right? Like,
Nope.
it can still move. Okay, I think I'll move once more and see if
Okie dokie.
where the exits from 14.
Okay, so 14.
Also, I feel like an idiot because I just noticed, oh, the table just says which square the, well,
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. So you know where it is, you just don't know how to get there. Oh, go ahead.
oh, nothing, go on.
Okay, so after the sunbeams, you head into this location, and there's the going's getting a little swampy, and there's some really nasty kind of like thorny vines all around the place. So it's actually fairly dangerous. It's also very dark. So this location has both the dark and dangerous. So dangerous is a whoop. Nope. Dangerous locations. Do I have the environments? So I'm going to show this. Darkness makes it so any search checks that you do from this location are negative, so it's harder to do search checks from a dark location. And dangerous means that if you stop here, or if you do any of your actions here, you will lose 1 life point. So you can move through here without any danger, but if you stop here and do an action, you will take 1 life point of damage.
I guess, if I have one more move left because I have 3 vitality, can I search for an object and then still move once, or does like taking an action end your turn?
Yeah, you can either act then move, or move then act, but there you can't split the movements before and after action. So if you want to take your action, you'll need to, anywhere you take your action is where you stop. And you mentioned searching for objects. So if I don't indicate that there's an object in a location, there is no object there. So just so you don't waste an action trying to search for an object. If there's an object, I will mark that there is an object in that location. There will always be herbs, but there won't always be objects.
Like mark it on the quest table, or
I'll mark it right on the location. Under where it says object, I'll just put like a 1 or a 2, and that tells you how many objects are there.
Okay. I think I'll move into Tricky. What do you think? Should I move into 15? Or
yeah,
back up to 10?
I think either of those could definitely be good. I think that by the way the map is laid out, we'll probably go 5 to 9 to solve the first quest, but I'm sure that that's going to cause some follow-up quests to pop up, so you could be in a good spot if you're in 15.
Okay, I'll move to 15, and what's there?
Okay. Draw the shape. All right. This location is very. It's even. I mean, you're even deeper into the. There's like snatching thorns and like you've gone from plants that are just kind of defensive and protective to now there's plants that are like actively like aggressively like kind of whipping at you and stuff. It's a very nasty kind of place. So this is also dangerous. And it's a water side, so you're running into like there's this very strange brackish water that's kind of seeping in around your feet that these vines and stuff are popping out of, but there is an object here, so there's one object in this location.
I think Marigold isn't afraid of escapees from the urban spice store. Marigold is going to wave a potato masher at them menacingly and try to collect the object.
Okay. So we'll pop up the general items. Go ahead and roll 2d6. Okay.
Okay, that's a very cute name.
Yes, that's a wonderful name.
Pining for you. You may recover 1 aid check for any PC. Oh, okay. So this refers. So aid check is your familiarity. So if you use your assist ability and use up that 1 familiarity point, you can burn your pining for you to restore that, so you can use it again. This is an herb tree with blushing red needles. It is often used in wedding decorations, as it is said to strengthen the bonds between people. Okay, and then you go ahead and, since you are in a dangerous location, you will take 1 life point of damage. And so if you just want to go ahead and strike out the 10 on your life points. And then this is a waterside location, so if you could roll 1d6 to find out which waterside herb you could collect. 1. A wonderweed, a mysterious broccolini-like herb that grows everywhere.
Oh, fun.
Got some nice broccolini growing in the dangerous swampy area. All right, and while she is popping that onto her canvas, Matt.
Okay. So this is so action 2, right?
Yeah, this is the second. This is the second cycle.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to. Okay. So Poperine, through the foliage, he catches what he thinks is a glimpse of maybe some of those firefly traps. So he says to Carria, "You wait here. I'm gonna go check this out." And he pulls out the knife and puts it in between his teeth, and he dashes into environment or into space 5.
He's all geared out to the teeth, but actually, Environment 5 is full of sunbeams. It's very very happy, very nice. Sunbeams. So you lots of sunshine, and you do in fact find a pathway leading from. So to the south of this sunny patch, you see a kind of descending path going down into these darker cavern locations.
Mm-hmm. He said. So Poperin says, "It is as my people say that sunbeams lead to the firefly traps." And he jumps down into 9.
Okay. All right. So in 9, there is one object, and there is also it's darkness, obviously. So any search checks from here will be negative. But so now that you are here, you can choose to attempt the quest, or you can do the grab the object. Those are different actions. To find, so you're in this kind of dark, and it's getting real dark, and so you'll need willpower to keep pressing through in the darkness, and you'll need some dexterity to make sure that you don't harm yourself while moving through this dark cave environment.
Wonderful. Well, as a Therian, actually, darkness does not affect me.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so my dexterity is also 5, so I'm pretty much, this is where I need to be.
Awesome.
So so let's do it.
Okay,
I'm gonna find these firefly traps.
Let me pull up your character sheet just really quick.
Sure.
So just to let our viewers at home know, so your willpower is 3 and your dexterity is 5, so you are rolling 2d6 against 8.
Okay, is this a search check?
No, this is just a.
Yeah.
This is a. Quests have their
quest.
own individual checks.
Gotcha. Okay. So I spit the knife out and it lodges into the ground, and with a grin I say "Shikataganai," and then I roll my dice.
8. So matching or under is success. So
Sweet.
that is a success. You are able to find in the darkness. You see the glowing, multicolored pollen of the firefly traps kind of spreading out, and you are able to gently harvest one to make sure that, a few, just to make sure that they will still be viable for the party.
All right. I put them into my fanny pack.
Okay, and go ahead and roll an environment and herb check.
Okay. Environment is
1d6.
1d6. Okay.
4. So tropical. So down in the cave, you have some kind of odd variants of some tropical herbs, and among those you get the. Sorry,
another bandana.
No, you got yourself a bandana. All right, go ahead. Roll. You got a bandana, so you can add that to your chart.
All right. I think I'm good.
Tricky, did you ever add that? Oh yeah. Okay, I can see it. It's just kind of faint.
Yeah,
That
it's
shaped thing.
just a little awkward since the thinnest line is a little too faint, but the thicker line is hard to parse.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's our second cycle. Also, oh, I'm sorry. You've completed the quest, so I gotta get my head in the game here. All right. So you found the firefly traps. Who is Tim with, by the way? Is Tim following Poperin around, or?
I'd imagine probably he's with Caria, since Poperin went off on a sneaking mission.
Okay. So he's there in the clearing. So it sounds like Poperin found what you needed. So now Tim's trying to remember something about how to find the herb that kind of called to him that night. And he goes, it was really dark, so I can't remember how anything looked, but I remember the smell. It was something I'd smelled before. I don't know if it was a good smell, but I definitely remember the smell being really strong.
Like sheep?
No. I'll know it when I get close, but yeah, it was. I think I remember it being over that direction some, and he kind of indicates to the southeast of where you are, and there's kind of this swamp area, and it does kind of ring a bell that there's some strange scents that you're aware of there. So the next location is, or the next quest is a familiar scent, and that will be. That is going to be an area 11. But since this is since it's close to these dangerous swamp areas, it's going to take some strength to get through the thorny vines and stuff that are in the area, and also it is going to take some wisdom to track down that scent. So,
Oh, good. This is stuff that Carria is extremely not good at.
okay. I'm not going to bother filling out the initiation conditions. That's more something for the GM to keep track of. So, all right. So that was the end of Poperin's action. So now we are starting the third cycle, and this time we are starting with Mouse. Oh, I forgot to delete the item that is in that area because you picked it up. Oh, so let me put in a note here. You need to be with Tim because you need him to recognize the scent. Need to be with Tim, and I'm gonna actually finally add Tim as a mark on the map so we can keep track of that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Tim. So Tim is currently with Carrie. Okay.
Well, since I wouldn't be able to get to complete the quest on my own, I think I'll keep exploring. So I'll move to 16 and, is there a north exit in 16 or?
Yes, so there is a... So in 16, there is it is a water side. It is so it's not quite as dangerous of a location, but you do recognize this place. There's a very large kind of weeping willow tree that takes up kind of this location. It's got its branches dripping into the water, and it's all the water around you, and the willow itself is blood red. It's a very arresting sight, and you're familiar with this tree. It's known as the bloody willow, and it lures animals into so it can kind of drain their blood and fill the swamp water around it with nutrients and stuff. And so it's a bit of a dangerous tree. You kind of give it its space. It's one that you, as Floria, you guys kind of know to leave alone.
Oh. I'm going to go to 12.
Okie dokie. So 12. 12 is tight 1 and dangerous. You find a lot of the dangerous locations. So tight in this case refers to only one person can be in this location at a time, and danger so. Wow. Come on. And dangerous. So you're in kind of this thorny thicket that's very hard to maneuver through, and it's extremely small, so you kind of have to creep through it. And there are openings to the north and to the west.
I think I'll go up to 8.
Okay. 8 has a connection to the north and also to the west. And in this location is just tight 2. So there's still a little bit of kind of closing in, but it's not anywhere near as nasty. It's not as thorny. It's just kind of, there's branches and stuff that are hard to get through. So it's a little tight, but not too bad. And there's nothing around that's actively trying to cut you up or anything like that. So it's a little bit of a relief after the crawling through the dangerous and stinking swamp.
Okay. I think I'll do a search check and then.
Okay. So a search check is you roll your. I have to pull up the. Search check is dexterity plus wisdom. So for you, it would be Marigold. Dexterity plus wisdom is 5 and 5, so 10. So you're rolling 2d6, aiming for under 10. Okay. Wait, is that a fumble? I'm trying to remember what fumbles are in this game. Okay, so 1 and 1. So 1 and 1 is called a fumble. It is an automatic failure, unfortunately.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how I feel about knowing all that.
Yes, my wife knows this game inside and out now. Okay.
Should I still roll for
Yeah, there's
for an herb?
Yes. So this you would do the 1d6 for the environment. And you got a 6, so that's depths. So you find some fairly rare herbs around here that are generally only found in the deep parts of the forest. And a 6. So you found the tree of paradise. Instead of fruit, this herb grows massive jewels that sparkle in an endless rainbow of color. So after the horrible swamp and this terribly tangly place, you come across a tree with jewels in its branches. And we'll move on to Matt.
All right. So do we know generally where we're headed?
Yes, 11 is the target location.
Gotcha. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, I can make it to 10. That's what I'm gonna do. I pick up the knife from the ground. I put it back in between my teeth, and I dash out of 9.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
I forgot. 9 also is connected to 13.
Oh. Well. If this is so out of the way, there might be something worth checking out down here. I think Poporin is, he is enticed by the scent of danger. So I'm going to check out 13 and see what's down here.
And also, if there was achievements in this game, you would get the one for clearing the map, because you now have seen all of the pathways on the map.
Sweet.
You now know the entire layout. So in there, in 13, you find still in darkness. You are still definitely, excuse me, you are still definitely in a kind of cavern. But you do see, especially with your dark vision, helps you see that there is a special object glittering in the darkness.
Ooh. So Poporin says, "Darkness, truly my only friend. Well, besides all of the entire village that I hold so dear to me, Shka." And then I will
grab that special object.
Okay. So we're going to roll on the general items.
Oh, general item? I thought you said it was a special item.
No, I'm sorry. There is no special items. I'm sorry to get your hopes up, but no, there's no such thing as a special item unless I made one up.
Okay, gotcha.
Which the game does encourage you to do, to make up your own items and stuff. It's great. 4, you get another honeydew over.
Wonderful, Shka.
Alrighty, and then if you want to go ahead and do your environment and herb roll.
All right.
3. 4 and then 3. So you got tropical. You got a long leg pine. It is said the needles contribute to growing long, beautiful legs. Unfortunately, it's too tall to harvest any. So kind of in the cave, there's kind of this opening with a shaft of sunlight in, and then you see this. Basically, all you see is a trunk just going up through it, and you can't even see the branches. All you see is the trunk sticking up through this hole in the ceiling in the top of the cave.
Wonderful.
All right. And while you add that to your... let me get rid of the object. While you add that, we'll go ahead and move on to Tricky.
Okay, cool. So I think that being with Tim in Area 6, I'm just going to escort him over to Environment 11 and see what we can do with this mysterious smell he discovered.
Okay. So Tim accompanies you over to 11. 11 is another clearing. So this is a good place. There's not a lot of plants and herbs to kind of cover any scents or anything. And so you arrive there, and Tim kind of runs ahead, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's it. Can you smell it?" And you do smell it, and it is definitely not a pleasant smell. In fact, it smells kind of like a mixture of blood and carrion, sort of like what you would expect from maybe like a butcher shop. And so,
excellent.
You will need to you kind of. In fact, it's almost overpowering. So you're going to need a little strength to withstand the cloying scent. And also some wisdom to try and you're kind of thinking through your databanks. Where is that coming from? What could it be? So if you would go ahead and let me check your character sheet. You are looking for a
5. So it's not ideal, but I do have
strength and wisdom 5. All right, it's not impossible.
No, it's not. And worst case, I will magical burst a little bit, maybe. Depends on what the numbers are. Yeah, no, I'm just going to let that one sit. That's really bad. I think Carrie is like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a great smell you've discovered. And Tim's like, yeah, we should go check it out. And she's like, nope. I'm okay over here. Yeah, actually, I'm still working on that tree from earlier. It's a lot of chewing. Okay. So it's really tough.
All right.
I have a human skill that lets me turn someone else's failed roll into a success. So I can use that if you want.
Oh, let me pull up your abilities. Strength in numbers. Once per session, turn a failed check by yourself or a companion into a success. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. That sounds fair to me.
Okay. So what is the wisdom of the Bond Nana that helps me get through this?
Yeah, you got. It's like you feel the Bond Nana in your stomach, kind of. Well, you don't have a stomach. You're a plant. In your veins, kind of connecting you, and all of a sudden you remember. You're like, wait a minute, I know this smell. It's the bloody willow over in the swamp. And I mean, of course, Marigold just went traipsing through the swamp and smelled it all. So you would kind of have that connection with her that, oh, yeah, she just experienced that. And so yes, you have identified the scent. And so do you tell Tim what you've discovered?
Well, I think that Carria tries to break it to him kindly, or at least circumspectly. Like, hey, Tim, when you were, in the woods, do you remember, like, I don't know, maybe like a tree, long dangly branches, maybe looked a little horrifying. You never know. Just trying to tease out any details that he may have remembered now that he's smelling that scent.
Yeah. And he as you talk, he starts nodding. He's like, yeah, wait, yeah. And in my dreams, it's almost like I thought it was hair. I would dream of these long, like hair blowing in the wind, and the smell. I feel like it should be horrible to me, but it just is. It smells so nice, don't you think? And before you can react, he all of a sudden just takes off running towards this giant clump of like thorny branches that are at the edge of this clearing, and he just slips right through them. And as he gets away, the pathway kind of closes up behind him. So Tim has run off, and now you know that there is a bloody willow in 16, but it seems to be very protective, or it seems to not want any interruptions, and so the pathway from 12 to 16 becomes completely overgrown with giant, thorny, thick roots and branches that would be very, very difficult to force your way through. The only other way would be to slip through the dangerous water side, so to take the long way around, basically. So there are 2 quests that open up, depending on which path you choose to take. One being to force your way through. Which is in 12. And which will take... This will be a strength and will. You will need strength to push through the branches, and will to... you'll need strength and will to push through the branches, basically, as they snatch and push at you. The other would be to slip around, which will take you to, which you can do through 15 to kind of take the long way around through the nasty, dangerous swamp, which will require some wisdom to know the best ways and some dexterity to avoid the dangerous branches or the dangerous plants all around you. Okay. And while you're in that clearing, you also get a herb. So if you would go ahead and do your environment and herb roll.
Okay. All right, so that is environment 1 and herb 3.
Okay. So you find some patches of sunlight that are growing some very mild herbs, and you get yourself a wonder weed. Or wait, no, it was a 3. A lone horse. A horsetail-like herb that always grows by itself. Seems kind of lonely.
I think Carria picks it and is just kind of holding it up looking meaningfully off in the direction that Tim went, and it's like, I suppose we should probably go after him, huh?
Wow. Okay, so that's it for that cycle. We are on to cycle, 4 now? I want to say 4.
I believe so.
Okay. So I probably could have given it a 5 or 6 cycle time limit and still been pretty, still gotten things pretty okay. But so we're back to starting with Matt.
All right, so Poporin can smell on the air the scent of was it bloodweed?
The bloody willow.
Yes, the bloody willow. Something is going on. So he grabs the knife and he dashes through the darkness. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3 into 6.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to get there as soon as I can. So I have Crimson Leaf Invigoration, where if I fill in 2 squares, that a character gains extra move step and main step is what I have written down. Let's see, where is it?
Okay, I think that's only for battle.
It said main step. Let me see if I can find it again.
Because move and main are the battle.
Used during the main step. Is this the main step?
No, that's for battle. So
okay,
so
gotcha.
Main step and move step are battle phases.
Okay, understood.
Okay, but so go ahead and do your rolls for the environment and the herb.
All right.
Okay, 3 and a 2. So that is Waterside, Sourberry, an herb with extremely sour fruit, generally seen in swamps.
Okay.
Okay, Tricky.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to perhaps belying the blasé attitude Carria just showed, actually really hustle. So my vitality is only 2. So normally I can only move 2 spaces, but I'm going to burn 1 life point by really just charging through all of those dangerous terrains to make it to 15.
Nice. Okay. So you burn 1 HP or 1 life point, and then you can make the slip around quest if you would like.
Okay, yeah. And I believe since it's dangerous, this will cost me another life point.
Correct.
Okay, so I will mark that off. Okay, so Wisdom plus Dex is 8. So let's see if I can roll a little bit better. And I do.
All right, so you are able to slip through and find a good path for you and your companions to make it through to. And so you now have a clear path to the Bloody Willow, which is in 16. And so this is not, so the goal quest is not like the other ones. This is simply like the final location you have to get to. And so now that is revealed, everybody just needs to make it to 16. So go ahead and do your you have a waterside location, so just do a 1d6 for your waterside herb.
Okay. So actually, just to clarify something, so I have a ability that I can only use during the search phase.
Okay.
That lets me bypass the roll to get a herb of my choice, since I'm a gardener. Mm-hmm. But should I plan on using that this turn, or is is there like everyone still gets one action before the goal is resolved once that gets met?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say once you guys all you will have another turn to move into 16, and then once everybody is there, and is done with everything else, we'll move into combat.
Okay.
Spoilers,
Yeah.
there's
So
gonna be
I'll
combat.
just. Yeah, I kind of figured. All right. So I will just roll on the water side table. Yep. And that is 4.
Okay, 4 is the. Oh, whoops. 4 on water side is the consomme broth leaf.
Okay.
Okay, mouse.
I don't really have the strength or will to make the check in 12, so I'll just so we can spend 1 life point per space we want to move to.
Yes.
I'll move to 15 then, and spend 2 life points and try the check. Or do we all have to do it, or?
No. And now, so Carria kind of opened the way. So if you don't take an action in there, then you won't get injured by the dangerous. So you can save life points by just kind of waiting.
I'll do that then.
Okay. And then go ahead and roll 1d6 for your waterside herb. You got a wonderweed. Very common. Very broccolini. You know. Goes good with sandwiches. Okay. So that is that cycle. So the next cycle starts with Tricky.
All right. Perfect. Well, I'm gonna, I think, move in to 16. Probably like keeping my distance, but also trying to like scope it out and see, like, get a lay of the land while I marshal my strength for the battle to come.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the rest action.
Alrighty, that's 1d6. You recover 1d6 life points.
Okay. I rested extremely well, which is entirely in character with Carria.
Yeah.
You know, catching a nap in the most inopportune spots or opportune spots.
Yep. Okay. So you do go in there and you see that Tim is entangled in the drooping branches of the bloody willow, and it does not seem like the peaceful symbiotic meeting between a Floria and his herb, and more like prey being lured into the arms of a predator.
Yep. Somehow I figured this was going to happen.
All right. Oh, and go ahead, and you are in waterside again, so one more waterside herb for you.
Actually, this time I am going to use my gardener ability.
Okie dokie.
So that is miniature garden, which is I have a garden in my pocket. I'm assuming it's magic because I can pull any herb out of it, and it is fitting in my pocket somehow.
Yep.
So I'm going to, I think, let me take a look at those rare depths herbs again. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the elixir drop. So it is a single drop of the sap that flows in this mysterious tree herb is said to cure all illnesses. You know, just saving that for a rainy day, like when our good friend Tim is about to get chomped on by an evil plant.
It just sounds really useful.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to need an elixir, and I've played a fair few RPGs in my time, and you always end up with spares.
Yep. You always can't get to the last boss of Final Fantasy IV without 99 elixirs sitting around in your inventory. Okay, awesome. Next is Mouse.
I guess, can I rest and heal up and then go to 16?
I would probably move to 16 and then rest because you're still in a dangerous environment.
Oh, point.
Yep, and then just roll 1d6, and that'll tell you how many hit points or life points you restore.
I'm back up to full health.
Awesome. Okay, and then do your waterside herb roll. So 1d6. And you got a 4. That is a consomme broth leaf. Consomme broth leaf. Okay. Awesome. So next is Matt. Hello?
Crap, sorry. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, so how many actions do we have left?
How many? What do you mean?
Like how many rounds do we have left in this phase? Like,
There's
can I go back?
I'm not assigning any
Okay.
any time, but you could, for thematic reasons, you could burn a little bit to move the 4th space to be able to get in there in a single turn.
Well, because I was thinking about grabbing that object in 9.
Oh, but Tim is currently in the grasp of an evil tree.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Let's do this.
It's up to you.
Right.
I'm just thematically, you'd want to. I think you'd want to rush in, but
All right. Okay, that's true. All right, so I'll move to 15. But now, so I have this thing called fleet-footed, where I may take 1 extra turn after all have finished, and it's once per session.
Okay.
So, if can we assume that Caria and Marigold are finished, and that
Yes.
this is okay? Then I will use my fleet-footed, and then use that to move in.
Well, you need to, since that would be the end of your turn, your first turn. You should roll a waterside herb
right.
first.
Okay.
Wonderweed.
Wonderweed.
All right, and then you move into 16, where you can also roll a waterside herb, and if you want to take any action, I don't know what action there is to do here, but 4.
I fall to my knees and scream to the
Brothly.
sky.
Fair. Okay. All right. Okay, we're all in 16. So you now let's see if this is going to carry over. Dude. Oh dear. Okay. So Now's the part that I didn't think through, which is that I need to bring your canvases over to another page.
Oh.
Can I?
Let's see. I suppose worst case, we could always take a snip of them and then re-upload them in the Discord channel.
Yeah, just a sec. Let me see if I can. Oh wait, no, they're there. Okay. Wait, no, that's not. What the heck? Okay. Control V. Whoop, nope. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, I think that's a good idea. So I'm just gonna snip him and then put him in there. Snipping tool. All right, so now we're on the battle screen. So this is kind of the climax of each session of Floria. Is the magic battle phase. This doesn't always necessarily need to be against a villain. It could be against things like a natural disaster. But just like our heroes, the enemies are also given Leyvine canvases, which they will burn through to cast their spells. And you can probably figure out if you consider that this means that there is a finite amount of attacks that an enemy can have. So like I said, combat is meant to be very cinematic and also kind of rocket taggy in that they're going to everybody's going to throw a bunch of spells back and forth at each other, and it's not supposed to be very dragged out and stuff. And so right now you have the Bloody Willow is clutching protectively at Tim as it tries to drain his blood, and it's whipping its tendrils out to keep you away. And the bushes in the area that have been enjoying the blood and the nutrients scattered by the Bloody Willow, they're gonna keep their master safe. And so they kind of bristle, and looks like they're going to run interference and protect the oh, thank you. Protect the Bloody Willow. And let me just get a notepad here so I can write down everybody's agility. And combat starts from the highest agility and ticks down. And so you'll see that the bushes have an agility of 2. The boss actually has a special power that allows it to move, to act multiple times. This is a common thing for bosses, so it will move at the 5, 4, and 3 agility times marks. So we got... Alright. So, Tricky, you said that you were at 6?
Yep.
Okay. So 6 is Carria. Yep, 6 Carria. 5 is going to be the Willow. 4 is Poporine. Will go first because PCs always go before the enemies. And then for Willow, then Marigold will go first on 3, and then the Willow on 3, and finally, after everything, the Bush. Okay. Alright, that means that Carrie will be starting us off.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start off strong with one of my bigger branch magic spells. So I'm going to immediately open up with a branch blade.
All right.
Yes, that's awesome.
So
yeah. So just to describe, so when you cast a spell, you'll actually color in that shape on your Leyvine canvas to spend it. And this not only uses up that area, without using special items or effects, there's no way to uncolor an area. But also, if you are struck by an enemy attack, because attacks also land on the canvas, and so if an attack hits an area where it's touching lines, then it deals 1 damage for each line it touches. Or if a attack falls in an area that has been shaded due to being used for an ability, you get 1d6 damage. So it's very dangerous to be hit in a place that has been filled in. Okay. So we'll zoom in.
Okay, so I've filled in my 3 triangles. Okay, and now I will make a... Oh, we're getting echo again.
Oh, Okay, let me turn down. Okay, try now.
Okay. A little bit of echo still.
Maybe I just need to turn your volume down. Try.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that sounds
Okay,
good.
there we go. So I'd turn you down a little bit more.
Okay. So so I'm gonna make a magic check. As a branch Floria, my magic check stats are will and dexterity. So I'm checking against 10.
Yep, and each of the different kinds of magic uses different stats for their rolls.
Okay, so a 7 is a solid success on the willow, of course.
Wait.
Oh no!
What?
Who could have seen this coming?
The bush is going to. Yes, the bush is going to burn 1 square to cover, which will allow it to. Let me look up the enemy skill. Oh, I'm sorry. This is used. I'm using it out of order. So roll your damage locations first, but cover will allow the bush to intercept that damage and take it to itself. So first, what you do is you actually roll the locations that you hit on the canvas, and they will still be grayed out and colored in, but the actual damage itself will go onto the coverer.
Okay, so I'm just since I'm rolling. Okay, yeah, we're getting a lot of echo actually.
Let me. Okay, try again.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Kind of. You might need to put on some headphones or something.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why it all of a sudden just started. Because we've been doing. It's been okay up to now. But yeah, let me pop in headphones real quick. Okay.
Okay, so it's probably a good thing that thing is covering it, because I did actually trip that ability where you hit the same spot twice.
Oh my goodness. Because you've got, let's see, what the...
So since Branch Blade does 3 damage, I rolled 3 damage locations.
Yep.
So I have 5 down, 7 across, 10 down, 8 across, and
across again.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna take my black and make a shape. So 5 down, 7 across is. Oh, nope. We need the. Need it to be black. Okay. And then 10 by. 10 down, 8 across. Okay, so that would be 1 damage for each one, and then also the 1d6 for taking that hit on a hit area, basically. So you're hitting an area that's already been damaged, adds 1d6, and this is a kind of a rare case kind of thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll that damage. So 1d4. So you dealt 6 damage.
Yep.
Very nice.
That sounds about right.
Oh
Nice.
my goodness. So it doesn't really matter. I don't really need to color anything in because the bush bravely sacrifices itself for its for its buddy. But let me try and. So it covers that, and so as this this massive attack is coming to hit the willow, the bush kind of throws all its branches up, and it's absolutely just like. So how what does this attack look like when you do it?
Yeah, so Caria just kind of it's very much a magical girl summoning a. Actually, it's a think like Utina, so it's pulling like a rose sword out of her own chest, and then kind of like slashing, and it looks like it's too fast to see, but somehow the bush manages to throw itself in the way in time, but then it explodes into a storm of rose petals.
And it cries out, "Lovely!" Because I've been watching too much Sailor Moon lately. And you have absolutely deleted the... man, I should have... With 3 players, you're supposed to... with 4 players, you have 2 backup enemies for the boss, and with 3 players, you're supposed to have 1. But honestly, I think you guys probably could have handled 2. But that's fine. That's neither here nor there. Okay, so the boss is enraged by the destruction of its buddy, and so it's going to... It's going to throw a Wrath of the Destroyer at Caria for whatchamacallit? Payback. It's payback time. So let's do red. So I'm going to color... Oh. Color in this star here. So the willow kind of gathers all of its thorny branches, the ones that aren't currently holding Tim, and it forms this kind of, it twists them all into this massive spear, but it kind of gets it down to a point, and it shoots it out at Caria. And so the danger rating for a boss is or for an enemy shows what its role is for magic, and so it's 2d6 versus 10, so bosses don't tend to miss. Yeah. Okay, so that's wait, why did I roll a 4? Oh, that was the damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So 6. So that makes it. And so I'm going to go ahead and roll the damage for where the damage falls. And the Wrath of the Destroyer is a powerful move that basically does damage in a cross pattern. So it hits in one location, but it also hits to one space above, below, left, and right of that location.
Let's see where it's going.
Okay, 5 and 2. 5 down, 2. Oof.
No, you need to roll 2d6 again.
Oh, you're right. It's okay. So 7, but yep. Okay. I was gonna say.
Otherwise, I would have very poor. Okay, so 7, 6. Okay, so actually, what I'm gonna do is I have another move that I would like to use.
Okay. Go ahead.
It is called Rattling Thorns. Mm-hmm. And when I take damage, I can adjust the space of the damage, or spaces if it's a multi-hit attack.
Yeah.
In one direction.
Okay.
So I'm going to move that down to 8-6 by marking 2 of my triangles.
Okay. All right. If it's touching a line on the very corner, does that count?
Nope. It's only if it shares a side.
Okay, great, awesome. So you are able to. So how does it look when you're avoiding this this spear of tendrils?
I think that Carria gets like a very surprised look, perhaps not expecting such a strong counterattack, and she quickly burrows back down into the ground, being a flower.
Nice. Okie dokie. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, and
Yep.
so one thing, I'm not sure if enemies do this, but they probably do. But I think that everyone at the end of their turn, as the cleanup phase, connects 2 points to kind of add new shapes.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you. Okay. So wait. So you do.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Okay. Poporine, you're up.
Ooh, okay, let's see. Actually, wonder if I should just, before I go, maybe I'll use my Crimson Leaf Invigoration to give Tricky another turn.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so let's do that. I'll spend 2 squares. Let's see, where are some good squares? I guess these ones here. And a square is just a 4-sided shape, right?
Yes, any shape. Yeah, it doesn't have to actually be a square. It's just a
Okay,
not even a rectangle. Anything with 4 sides.
gotcha. Okay, let's do these 4 here then. 1. So this 4-sided square shape thing is filling up 2 different shapes. Let's see, how do I fill that in? Is that? Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
It's right there.
Great. And feel free to use lots and lots of colors to color it in. This is where we get to get all artistic.
Awesome. Okay. All right, Tricky, go for it.
Okay, yeah. So what does this look like when Poporin does the Crimson Leaf Invigoration?
All right, so you do your attack, and let's see, and so Popolin pulls a blossom that is coming out of the scar on his chest, and he bestows upon it a kiss, and he throws it into the air, and then while the blossom is in the air, he cuts it in half with his knife, and a crimson drop falls from it, and it falls to the ground. And when it falls to the ground, it bolts to you, and it envelops you in a crimson glow.
Oh yeah, feeling supercharged with energy. Carria erupts back out of the ground with another blinding series of slashes, but there's no bush to save it this time.
Oh, here it comes.
Okay, so yeah, an 8 is good enough. So 1 second while I set up my handy-dandy coordinate rolling. Okay, so that is 7, 5, 6, 6, and 6, 9.
7, 5, 6, 6,
Oh my gosh.
and 6, 9. All right, so that's unfortunately 2 misses and a hit, so 1 damage.
Okay. Well, oh yeah, go for it, Mouse.
Can I use, like, a guiding winds or for a labyrinth to,
Yes, you may.
like, shift those?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
Tricky, would you like me to?
Yes, please. If you shift it one right, that would be fantastic.
I'll do that then.
Awesome.
Okay, and that is a one triangle. So if you fill in one triangle, and then I will move. I'm guessing you want to go to the right.
Yeah. All three of those go to one space to the right, which I think keeps one damage, but turns that one miss into a 1d6, which is significantly better.
Yes. Oh, wait. What was... Nope, that was... Wait, why won't it let me grab this one? Sorry, it was this one, that one, and then... That one? Okay.
Yeah, so 7-5.
For some reason, it won't let me grab that one.
Sometimes you might have to like click and drag to select the box. It can be a little picky on what you're clicking.
Yeah. This thing. There we go. Nope. What? Why won't it? Nope. Okay, that's it. Just getting deleted. There we go. Okay. And then, so it was at...
It was at 7-5, so it goes to 7-6.
7-6. All right. Okay, so that means that it's dealt 1 plus 1d6. 1d6. Okay, 4 damage. Not bad.
Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mouse, what does it look like when Marigold kind of guides Caria's strike home?
I think it looks like kind of frantically signaling and gesturing and jumping up and down, except also there's magic.
I'm kind of imagining like Caria is really sure she's just like laser focused on this one point, and then an actual literal guiding wind that Marigold summons kind of like pushes her aim, which was slightly off, like just into the right sense by like literally shifting her over through the force of the wind.
Nice.
All right. So, I guess for my actual turn, the only real damaging thing I can do is my basic magic. So for my basic magic, let's see. Okay. So how small of a triangle can we use?
Anything that can be recognized as a triangle is a triangle.
Okay. So let's do this one then. All right. So I go here. Polygon line. Okay. Okay. So I filled in the triangle. And so I'm using my basic magic, where I deal 1 damage to one enemy. So
do your magic check.
Yes. A 7, which is my magic check number.
Okay, great.
So I reach under the water, and I just pull up a cosmic rock, and I toss it at it.
Nice.
And let's see where I hit it. So 5 and 5.
5 and 5. Okay, looks like you did some damage.
Yeah, 1 at least.
5 That's 1 damage. Okie dokie. So next it is the Willow's turn, and when Poporine pulled the droplet out of it, it sensed the scent of blood from the wounds on his chest, and so it turns its attention over, and it's already been dealt quite a bit of damage, and so it knows that it needs to really continue to throw everything it's got at you, and so it does another star. And it's going to do the Wrath of the Destroyer at you. So it rolls its danger. 2d6. Oh!
Wow. That's rough.
Wow. But it's
sad day.
It's so disoriented by the damage it's been taking that the attack goes wide, and the spear of tendrils blows by you, and maybe a few tufts of hair are cut away, but it misses.
As it misses in slow motion, Poporin, he lifts up the leaf that's covering up one of his eyes, and he winks at it as he laughs.
Slow motion dodge. All right, Mouse, you're up.
I guess there isn't much for me to do other than a basic attack right now.
Okay.
And actually, before Mouse rolls, I am going to aid with the check. Okay. And help her marshal her magic and add +1 to her check value.
All right. So that means, let me see, that means that you are, so your normal magic check would be a 7, but with the assistance, it will be an 8. So you're rolling 2d6 against 8.
You could also burn another triangle or a square to add +1 to your value with the magic burst. Yep. And that would make it a success.
Yep.
I'll do that then.
Yes, magic burst is something you can use at any time during the game in any check. Oh. As long as you burn a triangle or a square, you are able to increase the difficulty by 1. So if you are close, like within 1, it's a good idea. So if you fill in a square or a triangle, you can go ahead and success.
Interesting.
So go ahead and roll 2d6 twice to decide where on the tree you will hit. 5 and 9. 5 and 9. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh.
Barely misses it.
Yeah, unfortunate.
You know what you could do, though? You can Guiding Winds your own attack.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay. So go ahead and do your magic roll again. Oh. Wait. Doesn't somebody have like a honeydew over or
I do have a honeydew over.
Yes, absolutely.
So
okay.
Actually, let me read. Okay. I'm in the wrong line though.
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Oh, we're both in the wrong line.
You're both in the wrong line, unfortunately.
Darn.
So
okay.
Looks like that one's gonna miss.
Okay. Darn. Okay.
All right. Okay, so finally, the Willow is going to attack one more time. It is very frustrated by the fact that it missed the deer and that he very roguishly winked at it. So it's going to. I already burned the stars.
So the wind failed, but did the attack go through?
It did, but there's nothing. it's
it was
not
5-9, right? So it should have been 1 damage, right?
5 down, 9 over.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I see.
Yeah. So it's
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was looking at the wrong. Okay, I
All
should
right.
sorry.
Okay. So let me see, what attacks does it have? It's burned all its stars. Hasn't done enough damage burning all its stars. Come on. Or wait, does it have any more stars? No, I don't think it does.
Well, I mean, I guess you might have made one if you've used the end of turn cleanup thing to draw some more lines.
Oh,
We're not at the end of turn yet because we're at 3, right?
oh.
Well,
But
I think it's
each
since yeah.
by
Oh,
turn
okay.
it means each action. So let me see. So
okay, I see.
so if I did that,
Oh wait, no. I think I think Anui's right. So it's each PC move step, main step, and then in the outside the box it's
Oh.
cleanup step.
oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah. So my mistake.
Okay.
Okay, so no, it would not. Okay, so it needs. So it does have a normal attack, which it doesn't cost anything because basically they want it to be able to attack. Generally, without needing to, without being able to run out of that. So it's just going to roll a normal attack against Poporine. Okay, that time it's got you.
Ooh,
So it hits you on 8 and 11.
8 and 11. 8 over, 11 down. Ooh, that's not so
No,
bad.
8 down, 11 over.
Oh, 8 down. Oh,
Which,
down.
that's 2.
2. Okay. Yeah, I can take 2.
All right. So I'll go ahead and draw.
Okay.
Okay. That, and then the bush is dead, so it will not be attacking anybody. So that is the end of that. So everybody, please, if you have not already, draw yourself a free line connecting, and let's see if I can make a star. Let me see here. This no.
Actually, I think I will use my dancing leaves, where I spend 1 triangle, and in doing so, I negate whatever damage I take from there, but I lose 1. I would lose 1 life point.
Okay, so so you reduce basically you reduce any number of damage down to 1.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'll do that.
No, wait, that's not what I want. Man. I have very, very bad, spatial. I keep looking at this how do you draw stars again? So wait, this one up, over. So this one goes up, over. So if I did from here to here, dun, 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 then I would only need 1 more. Okay, yeah, I just need 1 more. Okay, all right. And we are over to Caria.
All right. So why mess with a good thing? I'm gonna shoot some more. Well, slash some more with my branch blade.
Awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, 10 on the money. Okay, 4, 7, 5, 8, and 6, 10.
4 sevens, 2. 5, 8 is a 2. And 6. Oof! 610 is a 1d6. So that's 2, 4.
All right.
Oh man, I think this might be it.
Ooh.
2, 4.
If it's not, I'm definitely using my Crimson Leaf Invigoration again.
Oh, 10 damage.
Whoa!
There's the big numbers.
Goodness.
Yes. This is why we keep you around.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, am I really useful in the search phase? No, but I go really fast and do a ton of damage.
Okay, well, my goodness, I barely even touched you guys, but I'll remember for next time that I need to balance it a little more in my favor.
Well, I mean, looking at who took the damage and where it hit it, and you know, the areas that I shaded in.
Yeah,
I could have blocked a lot more stuff, and he could have taken a lot more damage.
yeah.
I don't know. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys, that was a pretty clean battle. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, all right. So, your strikes slash through all of the tendrils until finally you are able to free Timmy and pull him away, and he's kind of pale, but luckily it seems you got to him in time, and so you pull him away, and the willow seems to kind of, I mean, it's spent. It's you did a ton of damage to it. It's lost so many of its branches and stuff, but there's one branch left that's very long, and it kind of pulls up out of the water, and you see it's almost like a drop of blood forming. This strange drop-shaped fruit forms, and it kind of weakly reaches out its tendril, and Tim, mystified, puts his hands out, and the willow drops this fruit into his hand, and then it kind of it slumps over, like it has no energy left. And Tim is holding the fruit, and he's kind of trembling, and he's like, I don't want this. I don't want to be a Floria with this tree. It's evil. It tried to eat me. It lures people in and kills them. I don't want to be a Floria of an evil tree.
Tim, nature is not evil. There is only survival. This is your destiny. Shka.
And Tim, if you are really worried about this tree, and if it starts causing you any trouble, just remember, I'm an expert at bonsai.
Your encouragement and your jovialness kind of help him out, and so he's like, okay, but I'll wait until tonight to take it. And so he kind of tucks the fruit away, and you all accompany him back to the village with your firefly traps. And so back at the village, you go to the Worcestershire sauce. I remembered. You go back to the Worcestershire sauce, and you get set up for the party. You set out the firefly traps, and everybody sees the sparkles. And in the glow of the sparkles, Tim pulls out the fruit, and he takes a bite, and you can all kind of smell the strange coppery scent of blood. And he kind of screws up his face because it's obviously not very tasty, but he swallows it, and he gets a thoughtful look on his face. And as he does, you see these tendril branches like the willow had growing out of his head and forming kind of a new head of hair that with little delicate red flowers like droplets of blood scattered among it. And he kind of puts his hand to his heart and he goes, I understand now. The willow just wanted to be with me as much as I wanted to be with it, but it didn't know how to be with somebody. The only way it knew how to interact with me was to grab me like that. I understand now. Thank you. Thank you, Floria. I'll do my best as one of you to help everybody understand the forest and the herbs that live there. Thank you.
That's great, but you might want to stand over there, kind of away from me, please. You kind of creep me out.
And that's it. Congratulations.
That was fun.
Yeah. Thanks for running this. This was a lot of fun. I always really enjoy getting to try out new systems.
Yeah, thank you for running.
Absolutely. So I'm just gonna wrap up the recording at least. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully that was a good rundown. This is a very easy game to put together scenarios for. I literally sat down and I had the story ideas and stuff. Mostly figuring out the story and the NPCs and the dialogue and stuff is the difficult part. Putting down the quests and stuff is a breeze. Like 10 to 15 minutes, just figure out what the draw a path through the forest, figure out some environments, figure out some quests, and pop them in there. It's extremely easy, very easily customizable. So I hope that people have a lot of fun with this game when it comes out.